If you are new to wigs and you want to get to know like what is it about, what is a wig, what should I get, I don't know, help me, this is the video for you. First of all, I do want to say that there are a couple videos that you're going to need to make sure that you watch before this one if you don't have a understanding of these, specific things. So there's a video on my page that titles like the difference between HD lace, transparent lace. So on that video, I show the different laces: transparent lace, HD, and medium brown lace, so that you have a clear understanding of what that is, what that means. And then you also need to watch the video regarding frontals versus closures, because those are the main part of the main things that talk about wigs, right? Or what a wig is, what it looks like, etc. But for this particular video, I'm going to tell you about a few different other things. So if you're purchasing a wig offline, more than likely you are going to get the regular medium cap size, which is a bright 22 inches or so. And so there is a picture on my website that I'm going to tag the website link there, and you can see the picture that tells you how to measure your head so that you know exactly what size wig cap you wear. Because then when you purchase a wig, if you're getting a custom made wig, you can make sure that it's going to fit your head. Now, if you're just buying a pre-made unit, more than likely it's going to be 22 inches. So you need to know if, okay, this is going to work for me or it's not. More than likely, most people, it works for them just fine, or it's, a little too big, so it's easy just to like adjust it, re-sew it, and, connect it to your head so it fits better. But there are some people who need custom specific wigs. And that is why on my website, I also have an option where you can get a custom wig. So you basically can decide what, cap size you need. You just have to know that it's going to take a little bit longer time for that to be created. Anyways, now that you know that there's different lace types, you know the difference between frontals and closures if you've watched these other videos. And if you haven't, why are you still here? Go watch those videos. Come back. Make it make sense. No, I'm just kidding. And then you know the difference between cap sizes. You pretty much know what to expect as far as what you're going to do when you get the wig and how it's going to fit on your head and what it's going to look like. The next thing you need to understand when it comes to these wigs is that it is human hair. If you are purchasing a wig for me, baby girl, baby boy, gender neutral, listen, you have to understand that it is human hair, okay? And human hair needs you to take care of it. It needs you to take care of it. I don't know how to make this more clear. And it is not and should not be treated as any other wig you have, any other, bundles you've had or anything of that. Like, you need to follow the instructions given and you'll have a successful experience with the hair. So one thing that I know for sure is a no-no when it comes to this hair is sulfate products. If you use anything with sulfate on it, you're going to damage the hair. And that is something you don't want to do. If you think about it, are you able to use any and every product on your natural hair? And it produces like fabulous. Likelihood of that is very slim. Some products in my hair makes my hair dry, makes my hair brittle, breaks my hair off. And so I just know that is no, that's not what I'm going to use. Another thing is, if you do want to swim with your wig or your hair or whatever, go for it. Yes, you can swim with it, etc. But you need to understand that chlorine does not want to sit in your hair, okay? So just like when you put chlorine, you go swimming, you need to go wash your hair, that's the same thing here. So when it comes to maintenance, you have to realize when your hair is doing different things, it's because it needs you to take care of it. It needs something from you. If you are someone who's not really trying to put in the time and the effort to get that thing done, I do have an option on my website where I do the maintenance for you. So you just pay for that and drop your wig off a couple days or whatever, it'll be done. And I'll have it brand new. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, the instructions are very clear on how to take care of your wig. I even have it on my hair care page that I'll also tag on here about the do's, the don'ts, the what to expect, what not to expect, all of that. So you know this is how you're going to have a long lasting wig. That is what you need to do. Um, Another thing I wanted to talk about regarding wigs is that you can color it. Absolutely. I've had people color my black hair blue, and I'll send you guys the video connected with that. However, she used professional dyes. So you need to understand that if this is something you want to do, you need to make sure you get it done by a professional or you have some professional knowledge, because just like you can damage your own natural hair, you can damage your weave. Okay. Lastly, a lot of people have curly textures and they want to know, can I straighten my curly texture? Because if I'm gonna get straight, if I'm gonna get curly, I should be able to have curly and straight. Once again, guys, it's natural hair, so, and it's human, so absolutely. Okay. The thing is, depending on the texture will depend on the volume of how it straightens. Just like there are certain people who have really voluminous curly natural hair, and when they straighten it, it's a bit still poofy and it's just not that bone straight. That's just how it goes with certain textures. Now there are other textures like water wave that you can absolutely straighten and it's like bone straight and boom. But the thing with that is, now when you go to curl it again, it's gonna recurl, but you might need to take a little bit more product on it, and you need to take a break because you don't want to constantly straighten it. It's gonna burn out and it's not going to be curly anymore. That is the reality. It is human hair. It is needs to be taken care of and treated as such. So that's one of the biggest things that I want to grain into your head is this is human hair, okay? There are specific instructions on how you need to take care of it and what you need to do with it. So follow those instructions on what you need to do, what you don't need to do, and you will be fine. Wigs are very, very, very fun and easy once you get the hang of it. Last but not least, you're gonna ask me, and I'm sure you're confused, does this hair shed a lot? Like, am I just gonna be shedding? Is there gonna be hair all over my floor? Honey, child, if you are brushing the freak out of your wig, okay? If you're gonna come and tell me you expect to never see no shedding and you've been brushing it like crazy, no. But here's the thing. It is possible that you're gonna have some shedding. I'm not one of those businesses that gonna lie to you and say there's gonna be no shedding, never gonna have no shedding, because that's not true. You're putting your hands all through it, you're brushing and combing and pulling at it all the time. There's going to be shedding. If you bleach the knots on the wig, the knots are now much weaker and so hair can come out faster. Yes, there's going to be some sort of shedding, but excessive shedding is not the case. You will not see clumps of hair. You will not see, a whole bunch of strands every time you go do your hair. No, but a couple of strands here and there, maybe some in the brush. Yes, that's realistically what you're going to see. Last but how to manage that is you can get some weft sealer. Okay, you can get this at Amazon. You can go to your local beauty supply store like Mid-K, Lee's, and they usually have it in the back. It's called weft sealer. And what you want to do is on the tracks is just put the glue on it. Just glue it on there. And basically what it does, it makes the track stronger. So when you do brush and comb out the hair, it's not coming out. So that is a little secret, okay? And usually I do that with all of my wigs anyways. I just don't care for the smell too much. So I haven't really done it too much to the pre-made wigs, but definitely the custom wigs that I make, just so that people have a better experience. What else do you need to know about wigs? I hope I covered most of everything when it comes to wigs. As far as maintenance goes, you just have to pay attention to the hair, pay attention what it needs, see how it's reacting, and think, okay, if it's reacting this way, then what do I need to do? Pay attention to the hair care instructions, because they are very clear and helpful, and you should be just fine. And I also suggest don't manipulate the hair too much. If you're trying to do all these astronomical things, which aren't necessarily astronomical, they're just realistic things you want to do with your natural hair, to prevent from damage, just go get you blonde. If you want color hair, go get blonde. Instead of trying to blonde your wig, then, if you want straight hair, get straight hair instead of some curly hair and then straighten. Eliminate all of that possibilities of destroying the wigs and just you know, get something that's meant for those different things, because it's, like I said, it's human hair, so it's going to react that way. And if you're not doing things professionally correct, or you're not using the instructions, you're going to have a problem. And that is not something that you want to do, especially with it being your first wig. As far as longevity, how long can you keep your wigs, etc. Usually with good maintenance, you're able to keep your wig at least 2 years, two years. However, within that 2 years, around the year and 6 months mark, you might need to replace your frontal enclosure. Just because after wearing it for so long, manipulating it, moving the parts and stuff, you might have permanent parts from the hair just coming out. And if you wanted to wear it in a different, you know, way, that part and stuff will still be there. So you want to replace the frontal because you don't want it to have like balding or whatever like that. But your bundles, girl, sis, brother, cousin, whomever, you can wash it, rewear it, and you're good to go. As far as that. And if you're wondering how long your install is going to last, let's say you get your install done. The reality behind wig installs is this: you sweat, you take showers and steam. Some of you guys might go swimming. Some of you may have oily skin, and some of you may not have oily skin. So for me to realistically tell you how long it's going to last is not going to be accurate, because it all depends on your skin and what you do with your wig. So here's the thing. Honestly, I think the best time frame in which a wig will stay on your head is about 1 to 2 weeks. And that's including everything. If you're running, swimming, working out, all that. Because me, I work out every day, so I'm sweating a lot. I shower every day, okay? Sometimes twice a day. I don't know. Some of y'all don't. But and so that's steam. But I also make sure that I wear my hair wrap. I use my sprays to like spray it and then hold it down so it can stay on longer. And yeah, I obviously use my own glue, my hair glue, so it's pretty strong and it lasts very long. So if I want to go swimming or whatever, I'm good to go because it is waterproof. So yes, if you're expecting the wig to stay on for like a month and a half, honey, you need to get a sew-in, because if you get a sew-in, you got the frontal and you have bundles, and the frontal is now sewed down on your scalp. So when it goes to lift, you just need to spray it down and hold it back down, and it's still there to stay. When you have a wig on and you don't have, you know, it sewed properly like that, then the chances of it being able to just lay back down flat and rewear is a little bit less likely for it to wear that way. It's a celebrity style. It's something that you have to keep up with, and you're definitely going to need to learn how to do it yourself, or like as far as reinstalls, or you're going to want to have someone who can keep the maintenance for you so that you can have it for longer wears. But it is suggested that after 2 weeks you take it off, manage your real hair under there, wash and clean off the lace, because it won't stick as well anymore once the lace is coming up so many different times, because the glue needs to be wiped off and you need to get a new clean slate. So that is another thing you need to understand when it comes to long wears. So really, wigs and stuff, they're a long lasting, like, quick hairdo. If you're trying to go somewhere, you're trying to be cute, you know what I'm saying, for a couple weeks, perfect, boom, I got a wig, I look good. And then you know, I'm gonna put it away, and I still have this wig for this very long time that I can just always have when I need a quick style. Now, if you're looking for something a little bit more long-term, then you want to get a sew-in or something like that. That is when they take the bundles and they sew it onto your braids. If you have some braids back, they sew it onto their braids, and you can add a closure or a frontal that puts on top of it, and that way that can stay in for a month or so at a time. So then that way this is a more permanent style for you. And yeah, so I am going to eventually have a video on there explaining the difference between a wig and frontals and stuff like that too. So I will also tag that video once that's done. That way you can have a more clear understanding of, okay, I think I'm gonna get a sew-in. Oh, I think I'm gonna get a wig, because with the wig, I don't have to have it on forever. I can take it off. I can wear it how I want to. And I can switch up my styles just like this. You know, it's much easier, and it's you know, not permanent. Where if I get a sew-in, like once it's stored in my hair, it's kind of here to stay. So just kind of depends on what you are, what you prefer. So currently I have a sew-in, by the way. This is 30 inches. And yeah, it's actually straight. I had curled it like 6 days ago, so it's like it's like all poop now because I've been like running and putting in buns and stuff. So yeah, but thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope it's helpful for you. If you have any more questions or you're not really sure, feel free to email us. I'll have my email down there. And yeah, thanks guys for tuning in. Bye.